This video will cover the topic, Finding the Asymptotes of a Rational Function, Linear over Linear.
I wouldn't even know where to start. Can we go step by step through an example problem?
Of course. We will want to find the asymptotes of a rational function, so let's take a look at f of x equals negative 8x minus 13 divided by negative 2x plus 7. We first notice that the function is in its simplest form. When this is the case, the function will have vertical asymptotes at zeros of the denominator.
Okay, so do we set the denominator equal to 0 and solve for x?
Exactly. We can set negative 2x plus 7 equal to 0, and when we solve for x, we see that x equals 7 halves. This means that there's one vertical asymptote at the line x equals 7 halves. The next step is to take horizontal asymptotes into account. A rational function can have at most one horizontal asymptote. There are a couple of rules to remember for finding horizontal asymptotes. To find the horizontal asymptote, we compare the degree of the numerator, n, with the degree of the denominator, m. If n is less than m, the horizontal asymptote equals 0. If n equals m, the horizontal asymptote is given as y equals the leading coefficient of the numerator divided by the leading coefficient of the denominator. And if n is greater than m, there is no horizontal asymptote. Since linear over linear functions both have numerators and denominators with a degree of 1, we will use the second rule. In this example, the leading coefficient of the numerator is negative 8, and the leading coefficient of the denominator is negative 2. This means that the horizontal asymptote is y equals negative 8 divided by negative 2, which simplifies to y equals 4. And now we have found our asymptotes.
Okay, I think this makes sense. So to solve problems of this type, we first find the equation for the vertical asymptote by setting the denominator equal to 0. We can then find the equation for the horizontal asymptote by setting y equal to the leading coefficient of the numerator divided by the leading coefficient of the denominator. Once we have graphed these asymptotes, we have our final answers.
Exactly right. Great work!